Когда мы выходим на берег, то девочки радостно стонут, и мы начинаем рассказывать про разные трудности моря. Но хватит, забыла сирена, и мы быстро прыгаем в воду. Мы жить не привыкли на суше, мы любим нырять и купаться, аквалангисты. Это хорошо, да! Взрослые знают и дети, мы радость творим на планете. Аквалангисты, это не игра. Меня укусила акула, тебя укусила акула, ее укусила акула, да нас всех укусила акула. Аквалангисты, это не игра.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is usually the music startup stream that I use. And don't worry, I can also speak Russian, so no worries. This is a multilingual chat after all. Now, where was I? Right. Good evening, afternoon, or whatever time of the day it is in your part of the world, and tonight we're going back to Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. Hopefully, the software will be able to identify the game as we speak, and if not, well, we'll give it a second and we can start. So let's see here.
From the moment
Just a second. And there we go. Still gotta adjust the screen accordingly, like that. Now let's see, where were we? Okay, one heretic mission, two boss missions and a couple of regular missions. Are we prepared to tackle the boss yet? Not yet, I think. We need one more mission for level up. And then I'll be confident enough that we can tackle the boss. Let's consider our options, first and foremost. Phosphor Serpenta, 2 cognition points, 4 to 6 energy damage, but 2 augments. Cognitive Canister, 1 damage and 25% crit chance, 1 cognition, 1 augment. Could be useful. Arc Pistol could be useful as a replacement for, what was it? Phosphor Blast Pistol, if only for the arcing. Koga Coltaris is kinda meh. Here we've got Curatio Mechadendrite for a quick self-heal, and Skitari Ranger Alpha. So 46 energy damage, and our current most hard-hitting energy weapon would be either Phosphor Blaster or Arc Scourge. Arc Scourge is lacking in the range. Phosphor Blaster is heavy overall. While it hits in a target area, the damage is kinda meh. Arc Rifle remains our best choice so far. 2 augment points. 2 augment points. Not liking any of these choices, so... Sure, let's go at least grab the arc pistol. A counter-transmission has flooded the Tomb of Agrolek with Necron data. Lector Dogmatis Videx has requested the source of this transmission be located and destroyed. We're of course taking all of our Tech Priests. I'm thinking we also take Sicarian Rust Stalker and 2 Servitors. Actually, before we go, we still have Blackstone to spend. So let's consider our options. Now, first of all, Jeremiah. If we give you the next augment, it's either Torso with plus 4 HP or arm augments with plus 2 HP and plus 20% dodge chance. Now the dodge chance is interesting. I suppose we can give it a try. Considering you are our designated quote-unquote melee fighter for now. Up next, Leonardus. What do we got for you? 2 HP, 1 physical armor, 3 HP, 1 physical armor, 1 physical damage. I think we can go with a torso for now. Here you go. And finally, Manarius. What do we have for you? Legs, plus 3 HP, plus 3 meters of movement, or head, plus 2 HP, plus 1 energy armor. Armor it is. There we go. Now we're all set. And as I was saying, from the mouth of malediction. Now we're starting to take shape. And all is good so far. That's our maximum heal. Plus 6 physical damage. There we go, plus 9 physical damage. And the next 4 attacks ignore armor. That's the best one we have right now. Yep. Magus, a matter most perturbatory has arisen. It concerns the Tomb of Agrolek. Previous interactions suggest you still feel it is not pure enough. I have risked and spent enough lives with this task, Videx. It is much worse than that, Magus. I would not trouble you if it was not. As Fabricator General Kane once wrote, sometimes our prayers are unanswered, but not in the way we would prefer. Explain. Following our transmission of Lingua Technis prayers in the tomb, we have received reports of a counter-transmission. It is in a crude form of binary that echoes Lingua Technis, but it is a foul and blasphemous tirade of heresy from the mind of the Xenos. I see. Most concerning. Something within the Tomb of Agrolek has awakened with sufficient autonomy to transmit its own mockery of our prayers. Our course of action is clear. Quaestos Mechanicor 521. From the mouths of heretics emit naught but foul vapors. Cut out the tongue and be clean. The probable source is a cogitator-like device deep inside the tomb. It is transmitting on a broad spectrum and a version of our own Lingua Technis to ensure we can hear it. Amalanthians 941. Thus does the enemy seek to crush our spirit, for our souls are our most potent weapon. I have already deployed the cohort, Magus, but do we have any idea what we're dealing with? Nothing that cannot be silenced with fire and fury. We cannot be certain what this Necron device is. We should be wary of what we might find. Nevertheless, this fount of blasphemy must be stemmed. Advance deeper into the tomb immediately and execute our will. So the first one is right next to us. After that it's glyph, point of interest, next one. Alternatively, we backtrack after the first one to glyph, nothing, point of interest, and point. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't remember if backtracking advances the Tomb Awake level, so we'll see in a second. But first of all, Let's go to our first encounter. Scanner destroyed this console. What do we have waiting for us? Immortal, Warrior, 2 Acanthrites, and a Flayed one. Okay, Jeremiah will be up front, Leonardus next to him, and Manarius right behind. We can begin. Quick stop here to grab another cognition point. Now that one grabs all cognition points, so would be a decent idea to send it over here. Now we can move out. Anyone we can shoot with our phosphor pistol? Of course not. Immortal next, that Acanthright next, so I think we can stay where we are. We'll let it come to us. Anything interesting you have on this one? 4 HP, no armor, well. Hopefully we'll be able to kill you on this turn. 2 to 4. 2 to 9. I don't think I'm gonna take any chances on you. Then again, the acid should be enough to kill you over if we roll badly. Yeah, just as I hoped. Acanthright coming up. 3 damage, 2 damage, and acid. Unfortunate. There we go. We just need to clear you out. But first of all, what do you have? 2 physical armor, 8 HP. And we are only all about physical damage on Leonardus. I suppose we can try to at least split up, so that we are not in a bad position. Like so. Anything we can deploy next? Well, we can deploy a Distraction Servitor so that it absorbs at least 1 shot from this Necron Warrior. Alternatively, we deploy Sicarian Roststalker and try him to make his way towards the Immortal, provided Immortal only has energy armor. Guess we'll find out. No walls over here, so we can shoot that Acanthright with impunity. So yeah, Stalker, you're up. 3 damage. Yep, 3 damage. We're gonna need to heal you up. All of these are opportunity shots. But at least we have a Sanctus canister to pop. Then Manarius will double back to grab that cognition point. That should be enough to fire the arc rifle. Alternatively, we run back here for now, grab both of these cognition points, and take it easy for a little bit. Still gonna need to heal you up. This is exactly what I'm gonna do. Ah, that's unfortunate. So, Manarius, before you do anything, can you make a shot at full arc towards any of these? Not from this angle. So yes, we'll do it like we have discussed previously. We go over here, grab the cognition point. Now we go over here. And the arc rifle should be... still not quite there. That was a very good shot. Bravo. If we're lucky, out of range, so we are not lucky in this particular instance, so we're just gonna go over here and use the Zenerite Macro Stubber to deal some damage and apply acid. That's always good. Now I think we can deploy the Destruction Servitor. First shot. Walk up. See if you can do anything. We'll see in a second. That's another cognition. That's right. Come a little closer. More cognition for me, thank you very much. Now tell me, how impervious you are. And before I... no, that's a more immediate concern. Yep, 2 energy armor. So I can walk up to you and whack you on the head with a power axe. I think I can afford to do that. Bit of a waste of cognition points, but still. We get it right back. As for you, can't shoot from this angle, but I can from this one. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. Tell me. No armor at all, huh? I'll keep it in mind. I'm starting to think that scanner is somewhat useless, so I might unequip it in Jeremiah. And I'm still gonna need to heal you up. That's another shot at Sicarian Rust Stalker, unfortunate. Now, as discussed, as per our previous email, any energy armor on you, big guy? No. Physical armor. Unfortunate. That means you, Magus, are now in a prime position to be our damage dealer in this instance. We just need to get you a little closer. The Rust Stalker, unfortunately, is proving to be a liability so far. Grab another one. Hopefully, There will be no surprises after we scan this particular console. A bit of black stone. Now we gotta kill them all, as expected. In that case, Xenorite Macrostabber is a little ways away, so we go over here. We'll at least apply some acid on you. Like that. Yep, Necron Awakening level 1. Nothing too serious yet. I don't think I'm gonna be deploying the second Servitor. If this goes bad enough, like here, I think I'm gonna pop the Canticle of Healing. Is the asset still there? It is still there. How much HP do you have? 4. So in theory, the Power Axe will be more than enough to kill you. Let's see if this theory holds up. Almost. Here comes the shot. I think it's time we also spend some cognition points to get where we are needed. Because that arc rifle, while has respectable range, it's not far, or rather close enough. I might as well also stay here. Be a bit of a blocker with our Power Axe. As expected, very good critical. Now get me those 2 cognition points back. And we can move up. I will try to blast that console too because, well, it reduces the awakening level all the same. 3 damage. Alright. Two damage on the opportunity attack. Where are you gonna shoot? Now here's how we're gonna do this. We grab that cognition point back. We move up here. And we use the arc rifle. And again, it might do some damage to Monarius. Oh, excuse me. Some damage to... No, not Monarius. Leonardus there. So, Xenorite Macrostabber it is. If for a bit more acid. And 3 more damage. You stay where you are. Scar and Rust Stalker can at least move up. We grab 1 more cognition point. Before I forget, will the range be enough over here? So, we burn the cognition point. We shoot with Xenorite Macrostabber. A little bit of a reduction. And now we move into melee range. Even if to strip a little bit of armor. No, not gonna be deploying that other servitor, so... Like that, very good. Now pour it on. That's 2 HP you're left with. One HP, excuse me. Can I shoot you from here? No, I cannot. In that case, I'll just move up closer to you. Give me that back. And now you're as good as dead. Be wary, Magus. The words of the enemy can serve as his weapon as surely as a gun. The Caestus Metallicans cogitators have completed a translation subroutine. The Necron transmission can be deciphered. Obliterate. Delete the translation from the cogitators unread. Nothing good can come from reading the words of the Xenos. Segregate. Quarantine the translation so it can be studied later by properly trained tech priests. Hopefully it won't melt our cogitators like last time. Evaluate. Read the translation immediately. It may contain valuable intelligence. No. Second option. The translation data is stored on a secure cogitator in the Caestus Metallican. However, the cogitator begins emitting junk data of Necron origin, suggesting a data infection. The machine must be fully purged, the translation is lost, and the corrupting nature of the Necrons is fully illustrated. See? I get some initiative in the next fight, which is unfortunate. And I'm thinking we try to go through this route. Surely if we do that, the Necron's awake level, the Tomb Awake level won't decrease, and it didn't. So that was the right choice. Now, can you give me a healing glyph? You can. Are you gonna heal? Not who I was hoping for. Now, what do we have over here? There goes Tomb Awakening level 2. Could be to preserve something inside that would perish in air. Or maybe it's some kind of memorial to the void. Agrelek was a space fleet admiral after all. A vacuum itself is not an issue to our cohort, but when the room becomes depressurized, there could be negative effects. The chamber ahead is sealed behind a doorway resembling the airlock from a ship. Auspex scanners confirm the chamber itself is full of hard vacuum. Unfortunately, it is the only way ahead. Try to safely let air gradually into the chamber until it's safe to open. I'm guessing that will be either increased to awake level or initiative. Plant explosives on the door, retreat to a safe distance and detonate. Could deal some damage to our troops. Breach. Open the airlock door and weather the consequences in the name of speed. Could also be damage. Let's try blast. The cohort plants a remote explosive and falls back outside the blast zone. They detonate the door and are safe from the explosive recompression of the vacuum chamber. Though they have averted any damage, the Necrons begin to home in on the noise of detonation. Still, not too bad. Not bad at all. Another scanner destroy of this console. Who do we have in the initials? Acanthite, Warrior, Immortal, Warrior, Warrior. And more are sure to come. We do need to heal up Leonardus. And we can even deploy that one Servitor. Come a little closer. Oh, you bastards are siphoning Cognition, huh? Well, that's not nice. Tell me, what armor do you have? Physical. I'm gonna guess the same applies to you, but let's double check. I can afford to spare some cognition points to get ahead. Energy armor. As expected. Now, before I forget, Karate Claw. 2 HP, unfortunately. What about you? 1 energy armor and 6 HP now. Understood. Now, if we were to shoot you, that's 2 physical armor you have, so arc rifle is our best choice. It will, of course, eat heavily into our economy. But then again, we can grab those 2 cognition points right back up, courtesy of Leonardus. So, fair's fair. I hope you die. Almost. The acid should finish you off. But again, that immortal is gonna hurt once he comes back up, so let's save that one. At least for now. Now, Leonardus. As I was saying, grab 1 cognition point from here. And next, I suppose if we were to run up to that Acanthite, but it can smack us. While you have only energy armor, so it's only fair that I walk up to you and start smacking you with physical damage. We just need to be careful not to lose you, otherwise I will be severely disappointed in myself. Five damage, very good. Anyone else coming? There's the immortal, backing away. 3 damage. Alright, who are you gonna shoot? Oh, thank God you shot the cluster. Stop stealing my cognition, you... Hopefully. That worked. Got that cognition point back. Now, how about you? No, that one won't come through. Not now, at least. On the right side, we can run past this immortal to this point and see about revealing your stats. Physical armor as well. Understood. Can't quite do anything at this point because of movement reduction. Can economize a little bit. Which means... let's go all out on this one. Because I want you to understand, Immortal, I need you dead. Can I reach you from here? I think I can. Especially if I were to move up here and grab those two cognition points once they flare back up. In the meantime, have this on the house. The Omnissiah provides, after all. Even if it's only 2 damage. So 3 Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. Fascinating. And so that you don't get any bright ideas, you stay down. That's gonna be 3 damage. 2, thankfully. Servitor plots back in. I grab those 2 cognition points, like so. Can you tell me? No, not you. Not you. Tell me. Alright, physical armor. In that case, we can pop the Sanctus canister and then smack you with an axe. That should work. Over here. And hopefully this will be enough to put you down. Like that. We grab 2 cognition from that, courtesy of our skill. Suspected activity detected. And how much come out? 1 immortal and 1 warrior. Unpleasant. What's your deal? No armor. Well, that's good to know. Very good indeed. You can stay where you are, Jeremiah. Meanwhile, Mechanicus will need to at least see what the deal with this immortal is. 2 energy armor. Anyone you can heal? Not at this distance. So just double time it over there. The Servitor will be able to pick off the Immortal. Sicarian Ruststalker does the same with this warrior. And grabs us some cognition on the sly. Very good. Get over here. And you are energy armor as well. Understood, understood. Can the Xenorite Microstep reach you from here? No. We'll need to walk a little closer. I am hesitant because you only have 5 HP left, so we'll just walk you over here. And hopefully, after that, Mechanicus will be able to heal you up some more. Good. And there's the 20% dodge proccing. You'll have to see it. No such luck here. 3 damage, 3 damage. You'll also need to stay down. But before that, the Servitor will pick up the trash. Next comes the Immortal. Luckily, he decided to shoot the Sikaran infiltrator. I get some cognition back, and you... I think I'm gonna deal with you up close and personal. Congratulations, you've earned it. Two cognition points back. Double time there? Maybe. But first... maybe should have shot that one. Alternatively... Trade 1 for 2. Trade 1 for 2. It's a good deal. A good deal. The best deal there is. Maybe we'll even allow ourselves to spend one cognition point right back up. There we go. 4 heal. That's what I like to see. Now then. You all have energy armor, so we're limited to Zenorite macro stubbers on this one. On the bright side, they do carry the benefit of acid. Even if it's chip damage, that's something. Over here. Move up. Now, Leonardus, before I forget. And before he comes back up. Whew. That's risky, but should work. Like that. Now the Immortal is the only one left as a credible threat. Can I shoot you from here? I totally can. That's nice and juicy 4 damage. Should we scatter? Maybe. At least 2 over here. Now, can you still be a bit of a distraction? That'd be much appreciated. Bullet arc over to Sicarian Infiltrator, it did. But at least you are still alive. Grab the cognition points, because we can. And because we need them. See about that, I cannot. So, walking we go. Anywhere else we can? I don't think we do. So just grab that cognition point. We peek out here. Let's do a little bit of trolling. Precisely what I wanted to see. And you're as good as dead. Now we just need to grab that scan. That's the only thing left to do. Also might as well move into an advantageous position so that you do not get back up. Same with you. We'll finish you off next turn. one. Both sides? Both sides. Immortal and Warrior. Should have seen that one coming. Got a little too cocky, but all is not lost. Now we'll just need to kill all of them. As expected of us, right? Yep. Yep. Tell me, what's your weakness, Terry? Energy armor. Well, that's grand news. Because I've got a power axe with your name on it coming right up. I think I'll even pop a Sanctus canister just for you. You should be honored. Five damage. Okay. Yeah, the scanner is useless. 2 damage. 1 damage. Grand. Oh, here you go. Very nice. Now tell me about you a little more. Ooh. Yeah, you're not getting out of there alive. And neither will you. Wisely done, Mr. Freeman. I will see you up ahead. Almost got you. You got me good there, old pal. And just because you asked nicely. Stay still so you can get it right between the eyes. Like that. And especially like that. That's not snark shit yet. The cohort comes across a Necron device mounted in a chamber deep in the tomb of Agrelak. They destroy it with extreme prejudice, and the binary transmissions immediately halt. Whatever end the tomb's inhabitants wish to achieve with their mockery of lingua technis, they have been prevented from achieving. Jovian Administration 6190. When the heretic is silenced, it is as if his weapons and tools are stripped from him. He is left impotent and weak. I can appreciate the benefit to the Skitarii of removing this moral threat. I can feel the emotions they do. Relief, joy even. I take solace from them before I compartmentalize them. And the journey towards inefficiency is halted. Canticles Borealis 615. Inefficiency is a slope whereupon one slides ever downwards, by degrees, until one reaches the nadir unknowing. A fate we must avoid if we are to fulfill our mission on Silva Tenebris. That's another litany of Electromancer unlocked. Another blessing of the Omnissiah. 9 cognition points. That's a bit of an overkill for now. Shroud Psalm. The next attack will break 2 enemy armor. Interesting, very interesting. Nothing new unlocked yet. So if we go after the Void Admiral, what do we get? Plasma Caliber, 3 cognition points, 5 to 7 energy damage to targets, 1 on machine spirit activation, destroys 2 energy and physical armor. Not too bad. Plus Sanctus Canister. On 1 tech priest of your choice gains plus 2 damage, 3 meters of movement, 10% crit chance. 2 augments, 2 cognition points, but it's a buff we can distribute. And also Skitari Vanguard Alpha level 2. If we go after Lord Astronomer, we get Eradication Ray. Fires in a straight line passing through all units. Hefty 4 cognition points. 2 augments. Oh, and also Noise Reductor. Since it's got 2 augments, I'm guessing the circle area grows bigger. Also, troop deployment cost is reduced by 30%, so that's something. What do we have here? Gamma Pistol. No cognition points to use. On machine spirit activation. Destroys 1 energy armor, and its attack destroys, or rather ignores, armor. Could be potentially useful, especially with cooldown 1. Just some chip damage we can use now and then. However, first things first. We got some Blackstone to spend. Now, Jeremiah, what's next for you? Sacred Scanners. Scanners have -1 cooldown. Haven't we discussed with you that scanners are not worth it? For now, at least. Monarius, what do you have for me? Enhanced Enhancers. Energia Enhancers cost -1 cognition points to use. I don't think we have any Energia Enhancers unlocked yet. Besides Kogo Kultaris, but I don't think that one qualifies as Energia Enhancer. Leonardus, tell me you've got something good for me. Angered Spirit. Machine Spirit attacks deal +2 damage. Decent. So I suppose we can go with you. Now, considering you've only got all physical damage on you, we'll need to clarify that. How about we give you... not the Phosphor Blaster, although it is possible. Especially considering that the Macro Stabber is useless on you. And the Phosphor Blaster also reveals target statistics on shots, so that could work. Yeah, that could work. Even if it's 3 cognition points, I think it's a worthy investment. Now, get rid of the scanner. We don't need it for now. And I think we can leave the Phosphor Blast Pistol on you, and at least give you an Arc Pistol. Now you're armed and dangerous. As for you, Monarius, I think you're good as is. So taking all of that into account, Cognitive Canister. Target a troop for its next base attack. It gains +1 damage and +25% crit chance. That's exclusively for boosting troops. Well, our troops are currently mediocre, let's put it that way. If we were to unlock, say, Skitari Rangers, as opposed to Skitari Vanguards, that would have been a bit more worth it. But we do get, well, Sanctus Canister. Plasma Caliber is enticing. But maybe we finally go for the Arc Mechanicus mission, if only for an upgraded Servitor. Plus a Gamma Pistol. Let's give it a try like that. Skitari Vanguard Alpha, Sicarian Infiltrator, and at least one Servitor. Your attention, Magus. My attention is on Silva Tenebris, Xerxes. I must trust you to fulfill your duties as a sub-tribune without my oversight. We cannot neglect the security on board the Caestus Metallicon. I bring news of a violent uprising among the lower ranks of the tech priests and the Menials on the Enginarium decks. An uprising? This is the last thing we need. I permit myself to experience frustration at this news. Your solution, Sub-Tribune. There is but one solution to malcontents and rebellion makers. It is as the discipline of physics states. Force always wins. The dorsal Enginarium decks are in the hands of the malcontents. We must move against them now and exterminate the seeds of the heresy. We should remember, though, these are our people, Sub-Tribune. When they raise arms against us, they cease to be ours, Magus. They become pawns of the enemy. And if they fight against my tech priests, I shall direct them to fight back. I hope your aggression will not be justified, but if it is, I shall be ready. The rebels have broken the Servitor's loyalty protocols. They defy their original programming. If evidence of their malfeasance be needed, here it is. Let this blasphemy be met with fire and blade. There may be a more subtle way of dealing with this issue, Sub-Tribune. I advise that the malcontent does not deserve subtlety, Magus. The rebels are supported by a host of servitors, which form the majority of their firepower. These servitors must be dealt with if the nascent rebellion is to be put down. Information warfare. The servitors can be reset via the Enginarium's cogitators. Hack into the cogitators and reinstate the servitor's loyalty protocol. No idea if they won't try to switch it back up. Justice through firepower. The servitors are beyond help. Destroy them all and deny the rebels their firepower. Decapitation. Kill the leader of the rebels so their control of the servitors will end. Let's go with that one. A high-risk strategy, Magus. I hope the Omnissiah guides you through. Those are my orders. Our objective is to eliminate the rebel ringleader. The layout of the Enginarium decks suggests several different approaches to assaulting the rebel positions. Send a cohort to flank the rebels and avoid notice until they can assault the enemy up close. Engage the enemy at a distance to take full advantage of the cohort's ranged weapons. There is no time to employ subtlety. Send the tech priest straight through the main blast doors to engage the enemy head-on. No, flanking maneuver. An excellent gambit, Magus. Hold fire until you can see the lenses of their eyes. The cohort has the chance to strike a blow against the rebel positions before engaging the enemy. The opportunity to attack first should not be ignored. Attack immediately in full force before the fire team is discovered. A group of servitors near a fuel container make a tempting target. A rebel tech priest is patrolling near the cohort's point of entry. They could be eliminated quietly before combat is joined. A quick and painless end is too good for a traitor, but one less that lives is one less sin in the Omnissiah's sight. That's one tech priest dealt with. The rebel tech priest is dragged into the shadows and dispatched with a vibroblade to the throat. The other rebels fail to notice his absence. Let's see if I haven't made this mission any harder on myself. There's the tech priest we must kill. At least this time the cognition points are a little closer to us. 2 servitors here, 1 rogue tech priest here. Anyone else up close? Well, 1 servitor here and here. Plus a couple of reinforcements will be coming up from this direction. I wonder what destroying this cogitator will do. Alright, Leonardus, you can be here while Jeremiah and Manarius deploy here. Can I move past you? I can, but it looks like I've forgotten that there is only one point of exit, and it's here. On the right side we can slip past you. Tell me about our target. 12 health, 3 physical, 1 energy armor. Mm-hmm. Well, at least damage was absorbed. Now tell me a bit more about yourself, I suppose. Alternatively, we'll just grab one cognition point. You shouldn't have too many armor, right? You're just a servitor after all. And if anything, the acid will do the job. Maybe I should have grabbed another one of those litanies that give you cognition points. On the bright side, we still have this very useful ability that grabs all of the cognition points we need. Can you kill this one servitor for me? Not yet, it seems. Any damage coming through? No. Anyone we can deploy? Maybe Vanguard Alpha in order to stem the tide of servitors coming from here. But not yet. We can at least deploy a distraction servitor over here. Right by the tech priest. There we go. One less to worry about. Here come the rest. Still sprinting. They're trying to surround you. Oh, there it is. 1 damage. Here comes another one. Moving closer to Tech Priest? No, to the other servitor. And you are also trying to get closer. Good thing no opportunity attacks a melee trigger on Leonardus. So grab that cognition point as fast as you can. That's a rather modest cone, but it should suffice for our purposes. Now we go here, and we blast the Phosphor Blaster. Respectable damage if I do say so myself. That should keep them distracted long enough. As for you, I cannot shoot you just yet, because you need to attack first. That is correct, right? Of course it is. In that case... I'll just try to get to a better position. Let's say here. Not a Twisted Zenerite Macrostabber on that servitor yet. They'll all try to get to us soon enough. There it is. Respectable 5 damage. We get our cognition point back. But he will dodge any next attacks he does at us, which is unfortunate. Three damage. 5. That's a crit. Oh. Not yet. Looks like I'm gonna have to waste the power X charge on you. Like that. There's still an opportunity attack here, so I have to stay put for now. I think it's time we deploy the Vanguard Alpha. Trying to surround. Two damage. Next up. Good damage. Very good damage. Grab that one cognition point. Fill you up with a litany of life, because it is getting kind of hectic. I suppose we use the Phosphor Blaster. Now we get over here, try to grab their attention for a little longer. One damage, one damage. I'll grab one more cognition point. That should be enough for a moderate amount of damage. There's the Yark Rifle. The bastard won't be able to dodge us if we go from this angle. This is a little risky because we will also hit Jeremiah, but I think it's gonna be worth it. At least I hope so. If we roll good enough, one damage. You disappoint me, Monarius. I should have used something else. Ow. That hurts. Need to finish this up quickly. Let's take this gamble. I expect you to die this round. Don't fail me now. Oh, survive 2 rounds. Oh, that's evil. That's 2 opportunity attacks that's gonna hit me. Oh, but I gotta run. I gotta run. No damage. 2 damage. Ow. If I lose someone here, I'm gonna be very disappointed in myself yet again. At least acid is only 1 damage. Should we deploy that Sicarian infiltrator? I don't think there is much point in this. Once again, they are trying to surround me. Damage, 2 damage. Can I get out of here? I cannot. We're gonna have to blast our way through. Like that. Now. Do it like that. How much health do you still have? We don't know. But if I shoot you with a phosphor blaster, we'll know for sure. I just need you to be on my level. Not much I can do here but heal myself up. Can I get out of here? Of course I can, but once again, opportunity attack. Hopefully it'll be eaten. Then again, that's just 1 damage. Could have been 2 in worst case scenario. Does it again. 2 damage, 1 damage. And you 5 damage and acid, very nasty. You will dodge any attack from Leonardus. Okay. I cannot quite get to this scannable, so I suppose we'll just double it down to here. And because I'm feeling charitable tonight, you can take it. And you? Do we know your stats? I think we do know your stats. I forgot, was it tab or something else? Ah, what the hell. There we go. Not exactly Xenos contained, but Heresy contained nonetheless. With their servitors inactive or destroyed, the rebels are overwhelmed by the cohort's assault. The traitorous tech priests are cut down or flee into the labyrinth of Caestus Metallican's interior. The true mission has only just begun, however. What prompted this rebellion? And are their leaders truly all dead? Spoilers, they're not. Our triumph was inevitable, Magus. The only language the rebel understands is violence, and our statement has been made. A victory indeed, Sub-Tribune, but it is not an answer. Magus, I have recovered the internal databanks of one of the rebel tech priests. They were heavily encrypted, in contravention of all regulations. Then they were hiding something. Can you recover any data? Only a fragment. It is a name. Absolus Damek Yoth. It means nothing to me, I fear. Nor I, xenobiologist Teresus. Formal request, formal speech mode. Magus, a moment of your time, if I may, in private. Be quick, Tech Acquisitor. Matters requiring my attention have multiplied. Recollection begins. Absolus Damek Yoth. Designate Arch-Heretic. Origin, Stygius 8. Classification status, Secretum Omega. You have heard of this, Absolus? An Arch-Heretic? I'm forced to quarantine great consternation at this knowledge. You believe their followers are on the Caestus Metallican? Certainty less than 30%. Error, insufficient data. Form of recommendation, seek additional input. The quest for more information never ends. I would know more of this Absolus Damek Yoth, Scaevola. Keep me informed of what you find. That's all of the heretics dealt with for now. What do we have up next? Cognition Mechadendrite, just to get one cognition point. Cognition gauge increased by +1. Now that's more like it. We're gonna be facing Death Marks, Immortals, Flayed Ones, and Warriors. First of all, Leonardus, you are starting to be my new darling, so +1 physical damage to you. And I suppose we can also upgrade at least Jeremiah. Even if it's just sacred scanners. But I suppose Servoskull could also qualify as a scanner, no? One could only hope. Another one over here. Oh, here we go. Volkite Blaster. 3 cognition point, but machine spirit activation reduces cognition cost to 1 CP. And we get the Skitari Ranger, which are solid lads all around. Tech Acquisitor Scaevola has received reports of a powerful artifact in the tomb of Agrelak. Acquire this artifact for study. Death Marks, Immortals, Character Acanthrites, Necron Warriors. I think we are well equipped to deal with those. Once again, Servitors, and I suppose we can also throw in a Vanguard Alpha. Also, now, since our Servitors have got level 2, they have 6 HP now, and they can taunt. Become the priority target of enemies in range and gain +1 physical and energy armor for 1 round. Plus, do a little bit more damage, 2 to 3 physical on the attack. Service Call report, summary follows. Artifact located, Tomb of Agrolek. At the risk of committing the heresy of prophecy, I would guess you desire the acquisition of this artifact. Response, yes. Agrolek was Necron Lord, Master of Fleets, General of Dynastic Forces, +++ potential, power of artifacts. The idea of acquiring a Xenos artifact gives me pause, Skivola. Hence my role, provide guidance in such matters. Evaluating artifact location. Deep inside Tomb of Agrolek. Acquisition challenging. An understatement, Magus. The tomb is awakening more and more quickly. I understand the risks, Subdomina. I return sympathy for your concerns. But Tech Acquisitor Skivola is correct. We must learn more about the Necrons, for knowledge is power. Statement agreement. I hope this artifact is worth the lives you are spending to get it. The Tech Priests are in position, ready to advance. Over here, so the quickest route would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alternatively, no, there is no alternative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's all 6 turns to get to. And we'll hit at least 2 glyphs on our way there. Purpose obscure. Research requested. The cohort enters a chamber with several sculptures arranged on shelving around the walls. They appear to be replicas of the trapezoidal artifact, rendered in various materials. Briefly examine several of the replicas. Take one replica and examine it closely. I don't think that's a good idea. Check the room for traps or hidden caches first. Yeah. The cohort locates a few bars of the various materials from which the replicas are made in concealed cavities in the walls. However, their activity draws the attention of numerous Necron scarab constructs that transmit alert data into the noosphere, informing the tomb's other Necrons of the cohort's looting. Well, at least the awake level didn't go too badly. Up. That one should be... Can't remember what that one did. That one is definitely not healing, so I suppose we can... Yeah, just more Blackstone. Never say no to that. Scanner destroy that one. Oh, the layout is familiar. So let's see here. So here's how we're gonna do this. Jeremiah and Leonardus go first. Monarius follows up second. And of course, Acanthrites immediately start going about denying our data. But that should not be too much of a hassle. Now, where's that death mark? Mercifully, no armor. of course I will be shot. Should I move? In that case, tell me about this Acanthrite. 8 HP, 2 physical armor. I think we're gonna have to take the bullet on this one. Ooh, 5 damage. I'd rather hold off on that one. Tell me your secrets, Jerry. No armor, you say? That's very good to know. Would you like to speak a little closer about it? Just a bit of a friendly chat. Distraction Servitor. Again, we grab this and move up as far as we can. That was a snapshot. There comes the phase shift. Ooh, very good. Death Mark did not change its priority shot. And we're gonna do this the hard way. Like that. Not enough of range, so Xenorite Macro Stubber it is. Good rolls, please. Very good roll. You're as good as dead. I would just clear out the detritus. Or is it detritus? I've kind of forgotten, truth being told. That's what I've been waiting for. Still 2 damage. That's a little underwhelming. We can add up a little more. 2 damage, there we're talking. That still leaves you at 4. If we apply a Sanctus canister, it should make this a little better. Especially seeing as we've got the Machine Spirit and the Power Axe charged up. And almost. deploy another servitor. Of course, the Acanthite goes here to grab that cognition point. If we move, will we be shot? Not if we hide behind the servitor. Also, we may speed up its departure, which is the right thing to do. Now we can spend that last cognition point and hurry along. Or, no, we'll grab these 2 cognition points. Free damage, and acid. Nasty. Move away and die. Now, how about you? 6 health, 2 physical. Nothing we cannot handle. I can shoot that Acanthite from here, I think. Even if we don't know much about him. Let's do it like this. Don't need that death mark coming right up. And we may as well get over here and do at least some damage with a power axe. Even if it's just 1 damage. The acid is unpleasant, of course. Now we get... Not yet, not yet. Not deploying the Vanguard Alpha. Once again does denial. And we can speed along. Like that. Now, if we shoot with a plasma caliber, I seriously hope we will not be able to damage... No, we absolutely will. Well. Well. Then Xenorite Macro Stabber it is, at least on that Acanthite. Have some acid. Ooh. Very good critical. Now tell me, friend, what's your weakness? Is it scotch or whiskey? Neither, huh? Well, too bad, because we are dispensing. Anyone else left? No, we got them all. Very good. Target profile updated. Lord Agrolek, priority elimination. Extreme prejudice justified. This chamber contains a grand figurehead, of the kind that might be found on ocean-going ships, but it depicts a stylized Necron warrior. It must be a relic of Lord Agrolek, Admiral of Necron fleets. Take the time to destroy the figurehead. Pass through the chamber. It is on a direct route to the cohort's objective and time is critical. Give the chamber a wide berth. Its grandeur is not to be trusted. No. we're gonna destroy it. The cohort blows up the figurehead with a well-thrown volley of grenades. The figurehead is toppled and the Necron's shape at its tip breaks into many pieces. The sound reverberates through the tomb and alerts nearby Necrons, but this is undoubtedly a righteous act. And we also got us some Blackstone out of it. I suppose we can hit the glyph chamber, but I think we can go for a more direct route through this point of interest and on to the next objective. Chance to learn of artifact, exploit, observe, record. An inscribed stele on the wall of this chamber depicts the image of Lord Agrelek holding the artifact, a shining trapezohedron that Scaevola described. Ignore the stele and move on. There is little to gain here and much time to lose. Take full picked grabs of the stele, destroy the stele. Might as well photograph it. Picked breakdown, imagery, hieroglyphics, runic symbols. Accessing xenolinguistic cores, symbology partially translatable. Translation process anticipation, pleasurable. The cohort spends a while fully documenting the stele. Oh, and we also got a power field generator. All physical attacks gain +2 physical damage for 1 round. Not too shabby, if a little situational, but should come in handy at some point. Scanner destroy this console, which is opposite of us. We are greeted initially with 2 Acanthrites, 2 warriors, a death mark, and more will be coming undoubtedly. Mm-hmm. 1 energy armor. Can at least stand over here to grab that cognition. It's a bit of an overflow. There it is. We move up once we can. One damage and acid. Always unpleasant. Phase shift, as expected. Overwatch, also as expected. We do need more longer range weapons. Now what about you, tough guy? 2 physical armor. Well, luckily for you, I got this phosphor blaster with your name on it. Even if it's only 2 damage. Why don't you come a little closer? After all, I have much more things to show you. I'm sure you'll like them. Like that, and like that. Yeah, we just want to talk to you, man. What I don't appreciate is being targeted by this death mark, so I suppose we'll just wait for it to pass. Here comes the second Acanthite. After the warrior, of course. That's what you're here for, Servitor. So, Rod fire. 1 cognition point. Thank you for your service. time to deploy that Skitari Vanguard Alpha. You'll be able to kill that Acanthrite, no problem. Move up. Suspect activity detected. Who's coming out? An immortal and a warrior. Now tell me something your mother doesn't know. Not that you have any. Roll 3. Acceptable. Three damage, 3 damage. Snapshot. Ooh, 5. Unpleasant. Yeah, that Vanguard Alpha is as good as that, unfortunately. But, if we were to go like that, surely we can avoid the death mark. Aha. Should have probably used Litany of the Electromancer after I have seen it. Ah well. Next turn. There's always next turn. Also, hey there, DJ. Good to see you joining us here tonight. Gonna get shot either way. Two damage, that's bearable. Now tell me your story, Mark. And hello there, Kix. Always a pleasure to see you as well. Considering you've only got 4 damage, 4 health and no armor, let's hope for the better roll. And almost. I'll get him on the opportunity strike. Say goodbye to Skitari Vanguard. He died valiantly. Ooh, that's a very nice hit. I'll get you, bitch. One more distraction servitor won't hurt, especially in these trying times. Anyone else would like to find out more? I suppose that Necron warrior. Also 2 physical armor. All that help at ball point by Foxman to watch stream. Well, that's always nice. Not being held at ball point, but watching people play good games, especially Mechanicus. I think we'll have enough damage to deal with that Immortal. Especially taking into account his health. No, we're not going to be shooting that warrior. We're going to be shooting this Immortal. You can stay where you are for now. You, however, will need to move up. You got shots to absorb. And so that you don't die right away, taunt. There's the opportunity attack, down it goes. Give me all of your cognition points. Snapshot from Deathmark, 2 damage. Will you teleport? Of course you will. That's all you're gonna do, you skeleton. Might as well get rid of you so that you don't become a nuisance in the future. Don't get up. I would, however, like to know more about you. No armor, that's good news. Very good news indeed. I'll even allow myself to... not yet. First, Litany of Life. And now I can allow myself to charge through the Field of Fire of Deathmark. This is gonna hurt. 4 damage. Bearable. Finish that one off. And it's time we move up as well. Pop the Sanctus canister. Get a little closer to that Necron warrior. And let's say hello. And yeah, I won't forget to do that. Get those 2 cognition points right back up. I love it when my tech priests pay for themselves. Now, if we were to move up here, we don't have information on that Acanth, right? Nothing will reveal that information for now. In that case, we can just patch ourselves up a little bit. I know you've got physical armor, but I'm being a distraction for now. Here comes the shot. He served us valiantly, as they all do. We may lose our units, but we never waste them. I will, however, need to patch you up soon. Very soon, otherwise you are in trouble, my friend. Yes, I think this is gonna be worth it. We go over here, and pop the Phosphor Blaster like that. What an excellent surprise. You also have physical armor. Who could have guessed? I don't think I did. But still, if we were to use, say, Cant of the Craft, or no, Litany of the Electromancer should be a better choice. That's all 4 attacks. Now we just need to roll good over here and... bingo. And we continue our advance. Now, as for you, I suppose I can move you up here and do some chip damage with the weapons I have on hand. Well, I say chip damage, but it should be something respectable. Especially considering your physical armor. That was, of course, a bit of a waste. And that will be even more of a waste. Should I try to do that? So I suppose we do it like so. Stay where we are. And don't get in his line of fire. Like that. It should still go through, right? That was 4 attacks. I have 1 more attack banked. No, does not look like it. If we go for the arc rifle, that is of course a guaranteed kill. Now, I say guaranteed, but depends on the dice roll, and that dice roll was unsatisfactory, unfortunately. But, as the ancient said, I'll get you, bitch. Even if that means I gotta have to eat a bolt to the face. Now, of course, there will be a couple more coming out from over here, I imagine. Yep. Here they come. What do we get? Immortal and Warrior, once again. But our priority is you. And you are gone. With extreme prejudice. We grab these 2 cognition points. Always nice to have someone that can grab all of the cognition points from a point of interest. That should be alright. And once more with the feeling. Now that was definitely heartfelt. Extra Necrons in battle, huh? Anyone else coming up? I don't think there are. Now, we absolutely can nail you from here. Especially if we were to... Well, don't call it waste. We'll call it an appropriate rollback. And I am very certain that there will be some form of armor on you, be it physical or... what was it? Physical or energy. Now we just gotta grab that and then kill both of them. right? Yep, there we go, kill all enemies. Suppose I can even try and hit this console. Hoping for a good roll. And it was a very good roll. You'll have to see it. Let them come to us. Damage absorbed, and that means we are not taking any shit from you. However, tell me about yourself, Terry. As expected, 3 energy armor. Which means we're gonna need to speak to you either up close and personal, or... yeah, say hello to my little friend first and foremost. And now we can wait for your friend over there to come meet us. How are you looking, by the way? No armor, that's great news. Absolutely great news. Not even kidding in that regard. But not willing to spend cognition points to get closer to you either. We'll take this at our own pace. No need to rush things. But when push comes to shove, we will absolutely rush them. Especially with all this nicely banked data. Just gotta make sure that Jeremiah survives through this whole ordeal. We're gonna allow Manarius to patch him up as well. That's gonna hurt. 2 damage. Slow down. Now, patch him up. Oh, only 2 damage. Only 2 heal. That's unfortunate. On the right side, we can start walking in that direction and start blasting. Two damage. 1 damage even. That's very good to see. What's not good to see is your flippant reaction to these developments. Because nobody likes you specifically, Terry. And that shot was academic proof of that. Now, gentlemen, I believe we haven't spoken in length about this, but... I do enjoy the way this conversation is going. And I'm pleased to announce that after tonight, there will be no further discussions on the subject. The deadline for submitting your papers is long overdue. You were supposed to come to me with it last week. And unfortunately, I will be no longer accepting your papers. Thank you. See you next year on the next exam. Goodbye. The cohort reaches the chamber in which the trapezohedron artifact is held on a raised dais. Carefully, they remove the artifact and transport it in a red shielded container back towards the tomb entrance. Finally, fruits of research born. Internal memory allocated. Research protocols enacted. Mission progress confirmed. Our mission is to ascertain any Necron threat and destroy it. Statement agreement. Statement addendum. Gathering such knowledge certain to help overall mission. Conversation terminated. Forgiveness requested. Research commences immediately. To an extent, yes, that was deeply personal. Such is the life of students, after all. There we go. Benediction of Omniscience, plus 6 energy damage. Chant of the Remorseless Fist. The next attack will break 4 physical armor. And that is it for now. We do have a new assignment from Quartermaster Rowe. Heavy Metal. He'll give us Cog Occultaris. Untargetable until next attack, and plus 50% crit chance until the next attack. And some Blackstone. Oh. And a destroyer. But first and foremost, we'll need to consider going after either the Lord Astronomer or the Void Admiral, because that Sanctus canister is looking good, so does the Eradication Ray, especially the troop deployment cost. But we do have some Blackstone to spare first. There's our boy, Skitari Ranger. Reveal enemy statistics when dealing damage, that is great. And respectable 2 to 4 energy damage to a single target attack. Now, Jeremiah, I got you the last augment to hand out, which is your torso plus 4 with plus 4 HP. Not gonna be upgrading you to the fullest just yet. As for you, Leonardus, power fuel generators cost -1 cognition point to use. Especially considering we do have 1 power field generator. We can activate it for free, essentially. Which means Leonardus is now looking mighty fine as a melee damage dealer. Too bad we still are running around with regular power axes, but hey, I am loath to complain for now. What else do you have for us? Zenorite Pattern Volkite Blaster. 3 cognition points to use. 6 to 8 energy damage to target. 1 to 2 to chain targets. Movement is halved. Plus 2 damage on Machine Spirit. So basically functions like the Immortal's Lightning Gun. Who will we face here? Immortals, Warriors, and Lord Astronomer Acropis. Over here, meanwhile, we'll face Deathmarks, Acontrites, Warriors, and Void Admiral himself. The Lord Astronomer will be a little easier to deal with, plus the troop deployment cost reduction is a welcome addition. I think we can give it a try, but first, before I forget, so that we don't lose any progress. The Skitari have located the sarcophagus of Lord Acropis in his tomb. Prime Hermeticon Captrix requests a high-risk mission be sent to destroy Acropis. Of course, all of our boys are going in. I'll take 1 Skitari Ranger, 1 Skitari Vanguard, and maybe even 2 Skitari Vanguard Alphas. Same canticles. 10 HP heal. Next physical attack deals plus 9 physical damage, and the next 4 attacks ignore all armor. No need to replace that one. There is. The next 6 attacks will ignore all armor. As for here... that one is maxed out. Auto-reporting routines added to Tech Priest internal cogitators. Intelligence on high-value targets critical. I hope we don't run into any high-value targets. Experience dictates whatever these Xenos are, they aren't likely to welcome our intrusion into their ruins. Yet we must be prepared for the eventuality. Hence my bringing Prime Hermeticon Caprix on this mission. If there are still Xenos life forms, their destruction will likely form principal objectives. Know the prey, find the prey, then the hunt commences. Skitarii operations in the Tomb of Acropis have confirmed high-value target location. They have found Acropis. Confirm location of the sarcophagus of Acropis. I return anticipation but also concern at this news. The chance to bring Acropis to battle is a valuable one, but one with great risk. Target profile indicates advanced combat capabilities and environmental advantage. Xenos weaponry and awakening protocol level unknown. As the Magi Pecunium describe it, high risk, high reward. My Skitarii are holding a perimeter around the sarcophagus chamber, but they won't be able to do so for long. The awakening protocols are accelerating in the Tomb of Acropis. Target consciousness probable. I have modified mission parameters accordingly. Facing Acropis directly entails great risks, Subdomina, but I concur with Prime Hermeticon's assessment. Destroying Lord Acropis is worth the risk. Very well, Magus. If this works, it could make it seem the lives lost in the Tomb of Acropis were not for nothing. Dispatch the coursers. Sharpen the spears. The hunt is on. And he is waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. That's gonna take, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns to get to. However, before that, I'm gonna grab a drink. Be right back. After all, water is important. Of course you can't wait for channel points. Indeed. So many sips. Let's get started. What have we here in the first glyph chamber? I don't know what either of these do. That's our first, so... this one? 3 cognition points. Very well. And stretches too. We are not welcome here. This is not our world. The lords of the Necrons own this world, and soon they will own all others. It is our duty to obey them. A rare direct communication from these Xenos. It is as disquieting as it is exciting. There may be much to learn, Magus, but take the greatest care. An insidious whisper worms its way through the noosphere, infecting the awareness of everyone connected to it. It appears as an intercepted thought in the minds of everyone in the Tomb of Acropis at once. Upload the intrusive thought pattern to a quarantine cogitator to study it. Enact a session of self-castigation, punishing a cohort for having such a thought. Transmit words of admonition to the troops in the Tomb of Acropis to remind them of their duty. In response to the Thought invasion, the 408th Psalm of Righteous Hatred is uploaded into the comms units of all troops in the tomb. Though the cohort's effectiveness is temporarily reduced by the blanket transmission overloading their comms units, the Zenith intrusion is cancelled out. Unfortunate that we took damage. Maybe we can heal it back up on this glyph. We absolutely can. But not on the unit I was hoping for. What hatred the weak have for that which they do not know, for they know it was made by the strong. A synthesized voice echoes through the Tomb of Acropis, transmitted directly through the comms unit of every trooper in the tomb. Ignore the transmission, it is a crude attempt to distract the tech priests from their mission. Cleanse the cohort's minds with a prayer session. Respond with curses and prayers transmitted at high volume through the tomb. Ignore the voices in your head. Go. The cohort tries to ignore the sudden intrusive voice, but the words leave after echoes in their comms units. That the enemy can transmit words directly through them is disconcerting, as is the implication of the enemy's message. The heretical galactic model of Acropis. Take care, Magus. The chances of blasphemous content being present approach 100%. Reams of astronomical data flood the noosphere of the Tomb of Acropis. The volume of information is huge and would need the cogitators of the Caestus Metallicon to make sense of. Purge the data from the noosphere. Whatever insight it might grant, it should be shunned as Xenos heresy. Maybe. Attempt to corrupt data with embedded data worms and information proxies in the hope it will destroy this blasphemy forever. Maybe. Run the data through the ship's cogitators. Understanding Acropis's galactic view may be useful in fighting the Necrons. No. Definitely no. First or second? Let's try this one. The information assault on the noosphere fills the information realm with corrosive data and hostile infoforms. The cohort is forced to shut down many of their augmentations to keep themselves from suffering the ill effects of the so much dangerous data, but they take heart from the sensation of Acropis's galactic vision being dismembered. And we get our cognition points back. This chamber contains several empty sarcophagi, some of which seem to have malfunctioned and show signs of having exploded or caught fire during the awakening process. Any destroyed Necrons have teleported away, but there may still be intelligence to be gleaned from these damaged devices. Loot the sarcophagi for valuable materials. That's gonna be Blackstone. Examine the damaged sarcophagi. Smash the intact sarcophagi to ensure they cannot be used again. Let's go with that one. In the process of smashing the remaining sarcophagi beyond use, the cohort breaches a fuel line that sprays caustic liquid into the chamber at high pressure. The liquid proves flammable when a stray spark ignites it and bathes the chamber in flame. While the sarcophagi are undeniably destroyed, the cohort flee the chamber, having suffered burns and associated injuries. Unfortunate. On the bright side, we're not as damaged as we could be. Well, in we go. There is it. The sarcophagus of Acropis. Looks like he sees himself as the center of universe.
I told you. I warned you. This world is ours. This garrison is ours. The two do not listen. The weak are ignorant, for they fear the knowledge of the strong.
Thrones of Mars. What was that?
You know what it is. You have always known. Did you think it would not come to this? You, whose existence is war, whose first home is
Target awareness confirmed. Awakening complete. Code Venator in effect. Eliminate high-value target with extreme prejudice. Ahead lies a grand and ornate coffin, at the center of a clockwork armillary of stars and planets orbiting the sarcophagus. Use the seconds before Acropis's awakening to set up a barricade to fight behind. Use the few moments before Acropis awakens to pray for deliverance and strength. Don't wait for Acropis to fully awaken. Open fire on the sarcophagus immediately. The cohort blasts the sarcophagus with every weapon they have. A component is ruptured and dangerous radiation pulses through the chamber, hitting the cohort with a debilitating dose. The effects of the radiation poisoning kick in just as the sarcophagus fully opens and Lord Acropis emerges. Unfortunate. Varguards. Shock. Odd, no data records in the slightest. Data fact, normally small data files in each Necron form. Overwhelmingly excited statement, this is chance to insert plus name for Necron pattern directory. You knew about the Necrons before your research on this mission? Truth? Yes. I'm sure that in the scripture of the talent cog it states V09P3. Wary of those that wander. I fear you step too close to heresy, Scaevola. Heresy it is not. My goal equals learn my enemy to improve my assistant's capabilities to mission. I agree. In learning the Xenos we can better combat them. If we keep to our traditions, we might falter for lack of knowledge. We'll name new Xenos. Joy. Name will be Varguard. Necron Varguard in Imperial Gothic. Kill Lord Acropis. So, 4 Varguards and Lord Acropis himself. I'm sure he's gonna be teleporting all across this arena, or at least try to chase us. 4 obelisks, each with only 1 cognition. So here is how I'm thinking to do it. Jeremiah and Manarius take point. Leonardus will try to deal with at least Varguards on the left, backed up by Skitari Ranger. Then again, no. The Skitari Ranger will try to open fire at least on these Varguards.
I have seen the true form of the galaxy. It does not include you.
Same goes for you. Endless legions. And here come the warriors. I'm gonna need to check as to what those Varguards are. Or rather, what they do. So give me a second. I don't suppose this qualifies as cheating because this will be just a peek in general strategy in dealing with them. Let's see here. Varguard. Annoying bastards. They carry war scythes and teleport themselves to swap places with other nearby Necrons. This trick is not exclusive to a certain cowardly Necron lord. Frequently has significant armor of just one type. No special defenses on these guys, just kill them with whatever's at hand. Overwhelming firepower it is. So just so we know what we're dealing with. Yep. Physical armor. HP damage. As expected. But do tell me. 40 HP, 5 physical armor. Well, I guess energy damage is the name of the game. But this one. Even if we are doing chip damage for now, things are liable to change. Especially if we get over here, or... no, at least here. Now, Leonardus, what can you tell me about this one? Especially as we grab this cognition point. Seven HP, 1 physical armor. I think it's gonna be worth it. Hoping for good rolls, and... Well, they weren't lying when they said that the Varguards are annoying bastards. Grab that other cognition point. Camera, stop bouncing on it. Thank you. Now let's hope for good rolls on this one. Not too good. More coming? Not yet.
The stars will turn red with the blood of mankind.
Korn said that too, and where he is? Well, he is the god of murder, but he's not very close to accomplishing that goal, you know? Fire and maneuver. Even if he swaps out for someone else. And he will. The more damage we deal to Varguards, the better. 2. I'm getting awfully close at predicting how much damage these Necron warriors do. It is a little scary. But not too much. Three and a little more. Stay where we are. If we're lucky, we kill him. If not, that's still decent damage. Almost got the bastard. Maneuvering up. It's best if we were to meet any and all future encounters on high ground. Very good dodge. You'll love to see it. 2. Yep, 2.
Rail against us. Fight to your last. This is the drawing of your final night.
You know how many final nights I had? Well, certainly less than you, but still. Final nights are not final, and that's final. Ah, here we go. Immortals. Immortal detected. Database unlocked. Loading. Rezak awakens, sire. Why he locked us away from his Necron studies, I do not know, but it is fueling my emotion receptors with frustration. His naming of the Necrons is helpful, however. Loaded. Personal recording. Subject Immortal NN032. Subject is far more resilient than the warrior class. They also show signs of cognition, where warriors possess none. Sightings of them blurting out what seems to be direct and basic orders, proof of some cognition. Be aware of... Terry weapon isn't Olecu safe. File corrupted. However, I believe it's time to take out one of the Varguards. Especially funny if we do it while aiming at the Lord Mechanicus. Ah. No dodging this time. Fine. Two. 1. Thankfully, I am disproven. That Immortal, however, will kill the Skitarii Ranger, unfortunately. Because these do not look like regular Tesla weaponry to me. And Jeremiah is currently in a very precarious position, so... kill that Varguard. Cannot pop any canticles just yet, so we'll have to eat some of the opportunity strikes. That's 1, 2. This is gonna be good. Even chip damage is welcome. Especially if it kills someone. Now we grab this cognition point. Take a step back here. Grab another cognition point. We aim the phosphor blaster like so. Oh, finally someone with a little bit of an energy armor. Good thing we also have the Xenorite blaster, or rather macro stubber with us. Enjoy the acid. It's on the house. Grab this cognition point. Move up here. Heal up. And might as well do some chip damage to that one. Or... no, actually try to kill this Varguard. Hopefully it'll go through. It did. The acid should, in theory, kill you off. We do, however, still need to be mindful of the chaff. Mm-hmm. Sure thing, pal. Oh, another Varguard joins the fray. That's an all. And this is where we break out the Canticle. That complicates things a little bit. If we lose here, then of course we get a safety save. We can try at another point in time. Let's do some damage, even if a little bit. Oh, but first, Litany of the Electromancer. And now we can do some damage, right? You're not getting up. And we need to maneuver away. Do we? Suppose we can. Then again, this will be pointless, seeing as they are going to get gunned down almost immediately.
I shall place a mark upon this map of the heavens to commemorate when your extinction began.
But what if... Where to purchase my fast food and disguise it as my own cooking. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. However, I am not happy with the fact that I am down a tech priest. Maybe I will need to restart, especially in light of this development. Yeah, something tells me I went in here a little too early. Maybe with 4 tech priests this would have been a little easier. So by this point I think we can call this mission a failure and roll back to the previous save. Sooner or later we will cut you down. Just not tonight. So taking all of this into account, we will come better prepared next time. So... there it is. We will come back to you at a later time. But for now, looking at the time on my end, I suppose I'm gonna have to call it for tonight. I'm hopeful that you're enjoying the game as much as I do. And on that note, I will see you all tomorrow when we go back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. The game over there, the main campaign there is nearing its end. And we will have a Yama King to kill there. But for now, until next time.